You know a game's good when I spend 7 hours on a Twitch stream for it. What's going on, guys? I'm Chris and welcome back to another video, a different video as I normally talk about movies and TV. I'm talking about a video game, a very special video game, and that is the LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga, a game that was riddled with delays, but it finally is here, and I have now played through every single level in the Skywalker Saga. I have not beat the game 100%, that's going to take a long time, but I'm about 30% through the game. I've done the base run through of every single trilogy, and I'm going to give you guys my thoughts on this game. Before I do though, make sure to hit the like button, comment down below your thoughts. Have you played the game? Do you think it's a lot of fun? And make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. Without further ado, let's get into talking about this game. So I'll start going by trilogy. So when it comes to the prequel trilogy, it was fantastic. The first ever LEGO Star Wars game that we got in 2005 was the prequel trilogy, and just looking at how far we've come is honestly mind-blowing. The graphics in this game are stunning. That's the one thing I want to compliment, is the fact that it is the most crisp LEGO game we've ever gotten, and if you go and compare like a still from that original game to this, it's mind-blowing. Also, the combat is 10 times better in this game. The lightsaber duels feel so much more realistic, and they're 10 times more fun because you're actually getting to clash saber to saber instead of in the original game when you're just kind of hitting their hearts down and then repeating the same cycle. It's like you're actually getting to use a variety of different moves and combinations in combat, so that was a lot of fun. And even from an actual blaster perspective, it feels like you're playing Battlefront or Medal of Honor or even like Call of Duty when it goes first person and the way you can kind of maneuver around and shoot. I really like all of those mechanics a lot better than the original game. It's again crazy to look how far we've come. It was also a perfect blend of fleshing out the story that we all know and love while also going a little quickly through points that we all know. Like in the original game, I felt like we played through some more slower parts of the films, and this, we only really play the most necessary parts, and I think that the way they structured it was very well done, as in every single trilogy there's 5 like levels, but there's different tiers to each level within the episode itself. The Obi-Wan vs. Anakin fight was so epic. I loved the fight with Maul and the whole Duel of the Fates, and I had a lot of fun with the prequel trilogy. And then you get into the original trilogy, which again, LEGO Star Wars 2 is the game that came out back in the day that I had on GameCube, and again, we've come so far. There was something magical about doing the Death Star run in glorious 4K. It just put me right back in the movie and the first time I ever watched A New Hope, and I actually yelled out, "Yahoo! Great shot, kid! That was 1 in a million!" Like I was Han Solo, clearing up that final trench run for Luke. Empire was a lot of fun as well, as we got to explore parts of that level we didn't in the original game. There's one part where you're riding on Tauntauns. That's something we never thought we'd be able to do. They add in a lot of small features like that. Like in A Phantom Menace, you get to be underwater piloting the ship that's running away when Qui-Gon says, "There's always a bigger fish," when you're underwater on Naboo. It added a lot of little things for fans, and they really took their time with this game, and I very much appreciate that. And then you move into Return of the Jedi, the conclusion of the original trilogy. Duel with Luke and Vader, and of course Palpatine at the very end, highly satisfying. Now they did leave out a few things in the original trilogy and the prequels that I wish we got to play through, notably in Revenge of the Sith. You don't get to fly the opening mission, which was always my favorite level in that original Star Wars LEGO game. And you also don't get to do the final Death Star run in Return of the Jedi, which makes sense because it would be a little bit repetitive considering we got to do it already in A New Hope. So maybe they were kind of being self-aware in that sense and being like, oh wait, it was kind of repetitive in the movie itself that we have a second Death Star, so maybe we shouldn't make them play through that part. The world is so expansive. There are so many side missions within each level and planet that you visit. It is insane how much exploring there is still left to do in this game. And I ended up playing through the sequel trilogy in a 7-hour Twitch stream last night. If you guys were there, it was a ton of fun. I do have a Twitch, it is film stocked. Playing through it, I think they did the best they could with Last Jedi and Rise of Skywalker. Those plots are just so boring by nature and convoluted. The mechanics of the game were the same, but the actual set pieces were just so dull. Like when you go to Canto Bight, I was like almost falling asleep on stream through that. But Force Awakens was such a blast to play through when you get to fly on Starkiller Base and it puts you right in the action. The duel with Kylo is a lot of fun. And when you get to fly the Millennium Falcon, I can tell you guys right now, the flight mechanics in this game are a ton of fun. And the Millennium Falcon is the most fun I've ever had flying it. I double tap A on the Xbox and it boosts from the sounds to the vibrations of the controller. It feels like you are piloting this Millennium Falcon. I can't wait to continue doing more missions with that ship. I think the Rise of Skywalker is the worst of the 9 to play through because the actual planets you visit, again, they're just dull settings, but also it tries to get a little too cute with the puzzles and it gets a little too confusing. Like there's a saying someone said on my Twitch stream where it's almost so obvious that it becomes difficult, and that became the case with the Rise of Skywalker, where everything's right in front of you, but it's almost hard. And that's kind of like the nature of these LEGO games, is they are made for kids pretty much, so they aren't too hard to play through, but you can find yourself getting caught in those traps. Like I got caught in the droid factory on Attack of the Clones. I got caught on Empire, on Hoth a little bit, and then in Rise of Skywalker, when you're looking for the Wayfinder, that took way too long. It was also 12:45 in the morning, and I just played the last two movies, so that might have added to it. Playing this game to 100% is going to be a gauntlet because, like I mentioned, I've played through all 9 episodes so far, and I've unlocked all the missions to replay, and I'm only like 29% through the entire game, so I have a long way to go. There's a ton of side missions to play through, and that's kind of the cool part about LEGO games, is you can go at your own pace. There's so many side ways to explore it, and there's so much to love with this game. I can't wait to get into it even further. Again, I'll be Twitch streaming most of this. Follow me on Twitch at FilmSock, that is linked down below. But I love this game, and if you grew up playing LEGO Star Wars or any LEGO games, you're going to have a soft spot for this game. And if you're a massive Star Wars fan, this is a must-own in my eyes, and I think it might be the best LEGO game ever because it's the perfect like swan song for LEGO Star Wars. There have been so many iterations of this game, and we finally get one that has all 9 Skywalker Saga films. There's DLC for different characters like Mandalorian, Rogue One, Solo, even the Bad Batch. It encompasses what a LEGO game should be, but it also just ties a nice bow on this entire franchise. It's like a gift to LEGO fans, and all the delays made it worthwhile because this game is such a blast to play through, and I cannot recommend it enough. Have you guys played through LEGO Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the notification bell, and definitely follow me on Twitch as I'm streaming this game pretty much every weeknight. I'm also running a giveaway. If you become a Patreon member now and through the end of the weekend, you will be entered into a Blu-ray bundle giveaway where you can win 5 Blu-rays, including Midsummer, Napoleon Dynamite, Taken, The Man Who Knew Too Much on Criterion, and Interstellar, all will be sent to you if you become a Patreon and win that giveaway. Again, that is linked down below, and you can join at any phase and you will be entered. But thank you guys again for watching, and may the Force be with you, always.